Okay, let's start with very important thing first of all, because this is like a pivotal point to the understanding about Photoshop, because Photoshop is a pixel based, comparing to the other softwares. They are raster, and then they are not pixel based, so meaning that when you have like the zoom in, you can see the pixels. But in the raster-based sort of software, you cannot see it other than the line and then any other geometries that you're drawing around, and then you work on those. Still, you can zoom in as long as this the software is gonna let you zoom in. So still, you don't see anything but the geometries and the object that you see in the scene. This is like the new file. It's really important to have a good understanding about resolution, because as we're going to see in a second, so the resolution is going to change many things, and the number of the pixels that you have. And then when we say, for example, what is like HD or 4K or something like that, so what does it mean? So let's just start with like a tabloid, and then landscape tabloid, a canvas, what we call them as a canvas in Photoshop. So it's 11 by 17, and then I use the resolution 300 dpi in here. And I'm not going to change the color mode, because RGB and then CMYK, there are two different types of, just like color mode, mostly that we use them for the presentation or for the printing. So RGB is being used for the mostly presentation, and the CMYK for the printing purposes, because of the colors that we have like on the printers and then on the monitors that we're using. So I'm going to use RGB for now, because I'm not intending actually to print anything. So, and then the other thing, so you don't want to just like touch like 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit. This is the depth of the pixel, and then the amount of the data that you're going to keep. So as you go forward, and then you're going to get higher, so you have like more I would say accurate color that you can assign to each pixel, but at the same time is going to add to the size of the file exponentially. You don't want to just like go higher than 8-bit for now, but we can discuss later on. And then don't touch the other things. So create the first just like canvas that you have in here. So let's just start with the very small sort of file that we had it before last time, but we didn't record this. I'm going to open up another folder, another file, sorry, and here, and that would be this file, I guess, open with like Photoshop. All right. Okay, so this is like one of the drawings, one of my own drawings of the SketchUp. So I put like the title of this talk on the image. Then we talked about the image size, if you remember. So this is Control Alt, and then you hold Control Alt and then I. So it's going to give you the image size. And that is really interesting, because we can get a hand to the, just like the number of the pixels and the size, and then having a better understanding about what we're doing with the size of the images, and then also the resolution of that specific image that you're working on. So let's say the image that I have in here, this is the image that I would like to take it to the board that I just initiated. So this is like the I would like to change it to pixel based. So let me see if I can do that. No, I cannot do it, because I have like the inches, I mean like the not resampling it. So if you would like to make the make change to the resolution, because I had the 300 dpi on the other file. So I would like to change this to 300 dpi, resample off. Then this is the actual size that you can get with 300 dpi. And then would be like 6 inches by 3.5 inches, 6.5 by 3.5 inches. So meaning that whatever I'm seeing in here, the actual size on the destination file would be the same size. So okay, then Control A, Control C. I can use Control A and then Control C. Control A is going to select the entire current layer. I wouldn't say scene, I would say current layer, because if you have like more than one layer, is gonna pick only that layer. So and then Control V in here, so it's gonna add a new layer containing this image that you have in here. So this is going to be the 300 dpi 6.5 by 3.5, or almost 6.5, 6.4, and then 3.5. So let's see if I'm going to change this again one more time, and then Control D is deselecting this. Let's say I'm going to use Control Alt and then I to change this to 200 dpi, and then the size is going to change because it's going to be now the number of the pixel, they are the same. You haven't changed the number of the pixels, so meaning that you change the resolution, which is like a 200 by 200 in 1 inch of like a square inch. So which is going to be 40,000 pixels in 1 square inch. So now, as you can see, the size and then the inches that we are seeing in here, I mean like the size of the image is 9.6 by 5.3. So I'm going to OK this, select, and copy. And I'm going to paste this as layer 2. As you can see, nothing has changed because we didn't change the number of the pixels. So it doesn't matter what you are having in the starting file. So the destination file is making a decision for you and then is dictating itself to the images that you're going to bring in. But if you would like to see the actual size that you're going to get in the final boards, so you need to follow the resolution of the final boards. So meaning that if you're going to add like 300 dpi, so you can see the actual size that you're going to get on the final board. So it's really important to follow the resolution of the final board, not the resolution that you want to come with. So if you're going to change the resolution of the final board to 200 dpi, so yes, the sizes are going to be different, so it's going to be larger, right? Okay. So then this is the first thing. The second thing is about like the when you're talking about the number of the pixels, so we have the dimensions in here. The dimension in here, it says like 1920 by 1062. So this is the maximum pixel that you're going to get without compromising the resolution of your work. Although that some people, they would like to, just like change this and then resample this. So for example, let's say this is 200 dpi, 9.6 by 5.3, and then people would like to resample this, and then by resampling this, you're going to preserve some detail, like based on the protocol that we're going to get from Photoshop. Then they're going to use this and then changing or controlling the noise that you're going to have in here. Then you're going to get some type of, just like outcome, and then we will discuss that later on. So what are the detail that we're going to get, and then which one would be, just like better than the other one if you're going to use it for the drawing, which would be better for the pictures, and then so on and so forth. But for now, let's preserve detail 2.0, and then we don't want to go, just like too much with the noise reduction. So that would be, just like, okay, I guess like 10-15% would be good. So then whoever is using this, it's just like changing, sorry about that. So we would like to make it 300 DPI, and then we are going to change this to 300 DPI with this time is 6.9, and then going to OK this, and then confirm it. So meaning this time that we have an image of 6.9 and then by 5.3, 300 DPI. So if I'm going to Control A, Control and select this image and then take it to the board that I had, then I'm going to have like a kind of larger size. But we know that this type of increasing the size is going to compromise the resolution that you have. You don't want to do that. So you have to work with the higher resolution, otherwise you're going to have like some issues. Later on you will see some, just like hollow type of, colors around your objects and the geometries. So you have to go to your rendering engine in the very first place and then change the resolution to the high resolution. There is no way around it, because you have to spend more time on the rendering engine to see the better result, and then with the high resolution. Otherwise, just like you say, oh, you know what, I don't have time, so I'm going to render this like with 100 DPI, then I'm going to change it, just like 200 DPI, or increase it to 100 DPI in Photoshop. Well, yeah, in theory is good, but in just like practice, we're gonna have like some issues. Then you don't want to do this, although that there are some, just like a specific cases that you have to do it, and I understand that. If you would like to do it, do some research and then listen to some of the other tips that I'm going to have for you. What are the options that you should use, just like to increase your the resolution of your images. So let's also talk about one more thing before we're going to stop this recording and this session, and that would be a really confusing topic, and in this distinction between canvas size and then the image size. So we have like the Control Alt and I, and always because I use it organically, so I need to think about it what I use for. So it's Control Alt and I, so it's give you the image size, and then the other one is Control Alt and C. It's going to give you a canvas size. So most of the students, most of the people that they're like new to Photoshop, and then some of them, just like they have been using Photoshop, so they're, just like confusing these two together. So what is the difference between image size and the canvas size? So the canvas size is the board that you're working on, and then there is a size for that canvas, and then you need to, if you would like to change that canvas, just like you have, like for example, you have a paper of like 11 by 17. 11 by 17. So if you're going to cut it by half, which is going to be 11 by 8.5 by 11, right? 8.5 by 11. Meaning that you are changing the canvas. So you're not changing and then manipulating the image size. That is the canvas size. So you had the bigger workspace, you make it smaller, right? You didn't change the resolution of that. You didn't change anything else but the size of that canvas. Now you have less information, less space in the room for the data that you would like to present, right? So meaning that if you are presenting something with 11 by 17, so people can see it from a little bit, just like backward, more backward, and comparing to 8.5 by 11. So it's going to be a smaller board. So let's get to this part. So this is the canvas size. Sorry. So we have like the canvas size at 11 by 17. We have 11 by 17. So meaning that we have like the 11 on the height side and then 17 on the width side. So then you can change it to any type of, just like units, the pixel and percentage, and then percent or centimeter or whatever. Then I'm going to use like inch, like 11 by 17. Okay. Then one more time, if you're going to get back again and then Control Alt C again one more time, everything is going to change to the previous setting. The reason is we didn't set up everything in the preferences of Photoshop in inches. So I put everything in pixel. When I need it, I'm going to change it to inches. So if you need it always being come up actually with inches, so you need to change the preference. So I'm going to talk about preference later on in a different, just like sort of session. All right, so let's say that we have like 11 by 17, right? So that 11 by 17 is not going to suit my purpose because I would like to go from portfolio to a small report, like 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to change this and 8.5 by 11. So this is 8.5, and then this is, instead of 17, is going to be 11, right? Okay, but the tricky part is here. So if I would like to resize this, I mean like resizing it to the smaller size or the bigger size. So to the smaller size, you can see these arrows, it's coming inward. It's coming inward. If it's going to be bigger than 11 by 17, both dimension or one of them, let's say 11 by 18, then you have like all these, just like arrows is going to show you that it's something is bigger, right? Something is bigger. If I'm going to work with something like 18 and 11, 18 and 10 instead of 17 and 11, so meaning one of the direction is going to get bigger, the other direction is going to get the smaller, right? So those arrows is going to give you a kind of idea, so what are the direction is going to, and then how you can navigate through that. So before getting to the more complex sort of example, let me start with like 8.5 by 11. So 8.5 by 11, meaning everything is going to get the smaller. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that I can resize to the smaller size, but the issue is where would be that the smaller size is going to happen. So do I need to make it the smaller size to the upper left side or upper right side or lower right or lower left? So what would be my option? So let's get back to this image, and I put this image in here, meaning that I would like to keep this part as the 11 by 17. If I'm going to go to the view and then to the ruler, Control R. Also, I can turn on the ruler, so Control R. All right. Or you can go to view and then you can go to ruler and then turn the ruler on. Changing the ruler unit also is going to happen in the preferences, so we will talk about that later. So, all right. Then I'm going back to my canvas in here and changing the pixel to the inch, and then also 8.5 by 11. So I would like to keep this aside, upper side to the left, upper side of the image to the left. What I'm going to do, so I would like to resize this from the lower side to the right to the upper side to the left. Right? So resizing, I mean downsizing everything is going to happen diagonally from this corner to the other corner. So from this corner to this corner. So what do I need to do? Just like put this point and a dot in the location of I would like to keep. So this is showing that the location that I would like to keep, and the new size is at 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to OK. Proceed, then this is going to be the new board that you have, right? This is very important because some people are mixing up everything with the image size, right? This is different than the image size, right? Okay, so we had, like, if you remember that, let me just get back to the image size. So now we have the image size. Look at the image size. So we have like this guy in here, 11 by 17, 300 dpi. So the dimension is 5100 by 3300. 5100 by 3300 pixels. So There is no, just like changes. There is like, this is absolute dimension that we have. 50, 100 by 30, 300. For 11 by 17, 300 dpi. So if I'm going to change it to 200 dpi, and here to 200 dpi, this number is start changing. So please pay attention to this. So then I'm going to have like I'm going to have like 200 dpi in here. So as soon as I say 11 by 17, 200 dpi, so this is going to change to 3400 by 2200. 3400 by 2200, because I changed the number of the pixels that I get inside 1 square inch, right? Then the number of the pixels is going to change in here. Okay, so let's get back to 300 dpi, and then it's going to be 1500 by 3300. So okay, that's fine. We're going to get back to the canvas size, and we're going to change the canvas size from 11 by 17 to 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11. Okay, so proceed. Yes, we're going to have like a kind of smaller area. Then we're going to get back to the image size. The image size, the resolution is not going to change because you didn't change the resolution. Look at this. That's the difference between the image size and canvas size. So resolution is not going to change, meaning the number and the density of the pixels and the points that you're going to get within 1 inch square inch is not going to change. The only thing has changed with the canvas size is the size of the working area that you have in Photoshop. So now it's 8.5 by 11. And then the number of the pixel automatically is going to change to 3300 by 2550 because we changed the size of the working space, right? So this is the new numbers of the pixels, activated pixels. Is that clear? All right, awesome. So then now we understand the difference between, just like the image size and the canvas size. I know that it needs a little bit, just like a practice later on, but I guess it's going to be really important in what we are doing here. All right, so let me stop this in here because I have like this side. Yes, I guess it's any questions, anything? Are we good? All right, awesome. So let me stop this. Let me see if I can stop this for the It's